Viewers, tension and controversy are gripping the World Economic Forum in Davos as US President Donald Trump is all set to address, and he also presses ahead with his bid to bring Greenland under American influence, a move that's straining transatlantic relations like never before. And Trump is heading to Davos, and his agenda is dominated not just by economic trends, but by a bold gamble to secure control of Greenland, the vast Arctic territory of Denmark, which he says is critical for US national security. But the reception from European leaders has been unequivocally tough. NATO allies and EU officials have warned that Trump's Greenland strategy could upend alliance unity and have insisted that Greenland's future should be decided by its own people, not carved up by global powers. Trump has doubled down on his position, refusing to rule out how far he would go and insisting there is no going back on his plans as he heads to high-level meetings in Switzerland. The push has triggered widespread pushback, with European leaders planning to strengthen Arctic security cooperation and critics warning that Trump's hardline approach risks not only diplomatic ties but the very fabric of the transatlantic alliance. As Trump prepares to address the gathering at Davos, all eyes are on whether this geopolitical gambit will escalate tensions further or force a dramatic reset in US-Europe relations. The countdown has begun. Trump will be at Davos. He will address later this evening, and all eyes will be on that speech of the US president. Whether he will go back on his plans, because he has clearly stated that there is no going back on his bid to acquire Greenland, as he claims that it is a matter of US national security, or whether this particular address and his bid of his will force a dramatic reset in US-Europe relations. That remains to be seen. And at the World Economic Forum, viewers, in Davos, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney strongly opposed US tariffs linked to President Trump's push to acquire Greenland. Carney reaffirmed Canada's support for Denmark's sovereignty over the territory and called for focused talks to ensure security and prosperity in Arctic. He also issued a warning against the use of economic coercion by major powers, saying actions like tariffs signal a deeper breakdown in the global order. He also warned that major powers are now turning economic ties into tools of pressure, using tariffs, financial networks and supply chains more for leverage than for collaboration. Carney added that Canada is looking to strengthen alliances with like-minded nations amid a challenging relationship with the Trump administration.
On Arctic sovereignty, we stand firmly with Greenland and Denmark and fully support their unique right to determine Greenland's future. Our commitment to NATO's Article 5 is unwavering. So we're working with our NATO allies, including the Nordic-Baltic 8, to further secure the alliance's northern and western flanks, including through Canada's unprecedented investments in over-the-horizon radar, in submarines, in aircraft, and boots on the ground, boots on the ice. Canada strongly opposes tariffs over Greenland and calls for focused talks to achieve our shared objectives of security and prosperity in the Arctic.
That was Mark Carney clearly stating that economic ties are being used as tools to pressure and not for collaboration. He clearly is opposing what Donald Trump's bid is on acquiring Greenland, and he says that the sovereignty of a nation must be maintained. And Carney added that Canada is looking to strengthen its alliances with like-minded nations amid a challenging relationship with the Trump administration, because Donald Trump has been imposing tariffs left, right, center on nations that disagree with him on any particular issue. And Mark Carney has said enough is enough. It's time for the world to speak up and align with like-minded nations in this challenging geopolitical atmosphere.